What's good, y'all? I'm LoneeAppleton. I am making a parallel between the word and the world, and the only difference is an L. Today we are talking about a story that was sent to me of a man who left his wife at the airport because she needed Starbucks 15 minutes before the flight took off. Check this out.
A husband crossed the line when he left his wife at the airport. The husband explained they had about 15 minutes until boarding started, and his wife insisted on going to Starbucks, which was on a different terminal. He told her she didn't have time, but she didn't listen. He waited as long as possible, but when the gate agent was about to close the door, he decided to get on the plane, and the wife did not make the connection.
He had to throw the whole wife away. First of all, he was going to visit his daughter. So when the wife decided to go to another terminal with 15 minutes to board the plane, she made him make a choice between her and his daughter. So there was a trip plan before. She overslept, so they already missed the flight. So this is the second time that they're going to try to see his daughter. So when she decided that she was going to delay or just take her sweet time like the plane was supposed to wait for her, then he did the right thing and he got his butt on that plane to go see his daughter.
Now, the commentator made a really good job of pointing out the obvious. The obvious is the wife has a problem with the daughter because twice she caused some sort of delay in him getting to his daughter. So that is obvious, but is pointing out the obvious going to get us to solutions and healing points? Maybe if the woman has been in complete denial and the father has been in complete denial that they have conflict, but I'm sure they have all been in that home and they all know them two right there, they don't like each other. So continuously pointing out the obvious is not helping us get to solution. What needs to happen is we need to actually look at why are these behaviors manifesting. At this juncture in their relationship, I am guaranteeing 99% that this is not the first time that this woman has tried to pull rank and use herself physically to stop or prevent something from happening that this man is trying to pursue. And I can guarantee this is not the first time in their relationship that this man passive aggressively held her accountable for her actions. You chose to do that. She did not get left. She chose to make a decision that she was very aware of the outcome of her choice. So to sit here and say, husband left wife, no, wife chose. And she played herself and she's like, damn. Now she got to try to get right. But I put this on the husband, honestly, because what I put on the husband is he should have checked his wife years ago and told her these behaviors that you're exhibiting, these manipulation techniques that you're exhibiting with me, you could do that shit out there. But as far as this home, this manipulation and you trying to control things by being a hindrance to things, that's not going to happen. But the husband, who is supposed to be the head of the household, but too many women are running households, which we are the leaders, but there's a healthy way to do it. Manipulation is not how a woman should be running a household. A woman should be running a household because she has such a partnership with her husband, because they have cleaved into each other, that they're able to work together and she's able to help him conceptualize. But he is the one to make the final decision. That's how I feel. That's how I'm working to get my household to function. How many men have seen an actual man successfully run a household? Exactly. So we have to put our men in a position, and we need to put our sons in a position to be effective heads of household, not simply I make the money, so I run the house. Now, the parallel that I want to make from the world to the word is 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 16 and 18. Now, this is between Elijah and King Ahab. Go back into the Bible to get the context, but what I'm saying is, verse 16, so Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. When he saw Elijah, he said to him, "Is that you, you troubler of Israel?" "I have not made trouble for Israel," Elijah replied, "but you and your father's family have. You have abandoned the Lord's commands and have followed the Baals." All right? So the reason why I wanted to get in this and make the parallel between the airport is the absence of accountability. The person who seemingly has power in the relationship, i.e. the king, i.e. the wife, pulling rank and taking the accountability of self-choices and putting them on someone else. So the wife made a foul move. Sis, why you going to get some Starbucks in a different terminal 15 minutes before your flight? You pulled rank on some dumb stuff like you gonna make the airline wait. You might be able to make your husband wait, but you gonna make the airline wait. You played yourself, sis, but she's going to try to. The headline says husband leaves wife, not wife made the wrong decision. When is she going to ever take accountability for her choices? We can no longer hide or mask behind somebody and say they made me do it. Nobody made you do anything unless they put it into your head, and even then you got a choice. Same thing with King Ahab. He went to Elijah and said, "You're making trouble for Israel." And Elijah's like, "Hold up, homie. I ain't did nothing." For generations, God has warned your people about false idols, about praying to other gods, about bringing in people from other foreign countries and adapting their traditions and all these different things. You've been warned. And for generations, since David, because David did his thing. He just slept with old girl. But anyway, for generations, the Israelites been out here playing games in God's face, and every time God has spanked y'all's behinds, and every time you straighten up just long enough to regain favor, and then you mess it up again. Don't put your shortcomings on me. So Elijah called the king out and said, "Yo, this ain't got nothing to do with me, homie. This got everything to do with you." And it's time that we go through life and we start looking at people who are like, "You made me do this." Nah, homie. Your inability to handle yourself ain't got nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. So when we learn how to turn the world into the word, and we learn how to live the word in the world, we can now get control of what the heck is happening in our lives. And we can start taking actual accountability, and we can actually grow from this. I'm not saying that the wife doesn't want to take accountability. The wife and the husband and the daughter all think it's about the wife and the daughter's relationship. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. The devil will keep us caught on the surface, constantly trying to work through the surface. I thought my issue was with my... No, my issue is not with my issue is with control. My issue is trying to transform something that I am not being able to transform and get the desired results that I want. So I'm not getting my way. That is the issue. But if I continue to look at my, which is the manifestation of all this stuff, it's the tip of the iceberg. It's the manifestation of all this stuff that's happening underneath. But if I don't even pay attention to what's underneath, this always going to be a problem, because this is always a distraction. It ain't even got nothing to do with them. God is going to harden the hearts of those whose hearts need to be hardened towards you. God is going to open the doors that need to be opened towards you when you are moving in divinity. You're out here living in the world instead of the word. You march into your own beat and you're choosing your own path. You're going to get what you get. But when you out here navigating this world according to the word, understand that any adversity that you encounter in this lifetime is divinity. And it's not for you to give it any type of energy, the four agreements. It's not for you to give it any type of energy. It's for you to process through it and understand, if there's a wall here, must mean I must go this way. Must mean I must go this way. Must mean I must go this way. But this wall is intentional. So why am I mad at a wall? Why do I got a problem with it? They ain't got nothing to do with what divinity has to say about this. I did the work. I held myself accountable. I changed my behavior. And the wall is still there. That means it's a choice. And that choice can never turn around and say to me, "You did this, this, and this," because I held myself accountable and I changed my behaviors. Those are the two things that are required to actually take accountability and change behavior. You must communicate, make someone aware of the area they need to take accountability, and then a change of behavior needs to take place. You don't apologize and then do it again. That's not accountability. Apologizing is accountability. Changing the behavior is accountability. So with my paralleling to the wife-daughter issue, I apologize and I change behavior. That is the formula for accountability, and I've done that. Now, if they still choose to stand and use whatever excuse from the past based on their experience, that's their choice. I am not responsible for that. So when they take accountability for their choice to live in the past, which they can as long as they choose, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not the trouble of Israel. I atoned. That's on you, big homie.